Hi, Shannon from House Improvements. We're here today to give you this video on installing drywall bullnose corner beads. We're going to do both a rigid and an arch flex type corner bead. The rigid, you can get both. Well, this one you can get in a metal bead with paper, or in this case this one's plastic. So this one's for an outside corner, whether it be horizontal, vertical, doesn't matter, it's straight run. So we're going to show you how to apply that one. We've also got the same rounded bullnose corner, but in a flexible type bead that we can put around an archway, like we have here behind us set up. So basically what you're going to need then for products is your art or your bead, whichever type you're going to use. With the plastic stuff, one of the better ways to attach it is with some spray glue. So we're going to apply spray glue both on the bead and on the drywall, and then stick it on there. And if you were using the metal corners with the paper bead, you could just simply do it like any corner bead. You'd put a bit of mud there and stick the corner into it and squeegee out the excess mud. So I think first of all we will go over to just the basic outside corner and show you how to put that on. Okay, so we've mocked up a demonstration wall here with a typically how you would set up the drywall for an outside bullnose corner bead. You can check out our video on installing drywall and it'll explain to you exactly what we did here. So we're all ready to go with that part. As I said before, we're going to use a bit of spray adhesive on both the wall and the corner bead. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some. You just want to make sure you're getting out wide enough to get the whole bead. But yeah, don't get it so wide that you just got a mess. Okay, so we got it on the wall. I'll add it onto this bead here. Okay, so we've got it on the bead, on the wall. Just needs a couple seconds, or a few seconds here to dry up a little bit so it just doesn't smear all over the place, so it actually makes a bond to both surfaces. But once it's ready, what I'm going to do, you need to be careful that you do get yourself lined right up where you want to be. Once it sticks, it's stuck. You don't usually have a lot of playing around movement with it. So typically, obviously, you'd have a ceiling, in this case, up above us. So we would get the corner bead up nice and tight to the ceiling, start pressing it into the glue, and just use our hand to kind of push it tight and work our way down to the bottom. Our bead's a little shorter than what this demonstration wall is, but you'll get the idea of what we're doing. So I'm going to get myself lined up. I'm pushed up to the ceiling. Once you get in there close, just give it a push like that, making sure you're staying straight. You're going to get a little bit of balls of glue or whatever on the outside surface here. That'll come off. Just a little bit of rubbing. So there, we've got it glued to the wall. It's on there nice and sturdy. And this corner bead here would be ready to mud. So basically what you do, clean up some of those little extra bits of mud there, and just so it's not, extra bits of glue so it's not rolling into your mud. I'm going to grab my mud tray and just give this a shot. Okay, so just like just about any other corner bead, we're going to go up, get it applied in there. There's kind of a lip on this edge that you need to build up to. So you're just going to apply it just like normal. And then once you've got it on there, You're just going to take a few passes of the knife to get you know, the extra ridges and bumps off of there. Clean up a little bit right off the rounded surface. And then once it dries, you can give it another couple coats. You want to fan it back a little bit. It'll get rid of any, you know, little indentation you've got there. So again, we just want to apply some, like so. For our initial run the knife down it a couple times, pushes out any excess air, presses it into the holy part of that flange there. And we just continue on doing the same thing right from, you know, right to the bottom and come around to this side and do the same thing on that side. So pretty straightforward. That one's started. So now we'll get set up, move back over to where the arch is and show you how to apply that bead, which is very similar, and the mudding as well. Okay, so I've gone ahead and applied the glue on the drywall and on the flexible bead, just like I did at the other corner you just watched. Now obviously it's pretty self-explanatory, but this bead needs to go on with the notches so that it will flex. So you just need to make sure you're orientating it right. Try it a few times before you glue anything up, just to get the feel of, you know, pressing it on there, getting it in the right spot, and then you're kind of prepared for once you've got the glue on there. So you would have usually a normal corner bead coming up on the straight arrow or straight area, and just kind of use this more or less in the curves. So, you know, realistically, we would usually have maybe a 1 or 2 foot piece of straight solid stuff on here, and you could simply butt the two together and start applying it. So we're just going to work our way around here, just slowly getting it on there. Just making sure you're following the curve, the contour. You can see how it opens up as you go around the flex, around the corner, I mean. We'll just continue ourselves all the way around there. Like so. Just make sure you go press these tabs back into the glue. Make sure they're sticking well. And again, you're going to get some glue on the actual outer surface, but that will wipe off. A little bit of rubbing, that'll just roll right out of there. It's pretty key, very key actually, to make sure all these, especially on the flexible side, all these little tabs are stuck down. They aren't sticking up, because they're just going to give you grief once you start trying to mud this thing if they're sticking up out of the mud. So take a little bit of time, go around the whole thing a couple times. The odd time you'll get one of those little tabs that just has gotten bent or kinked or something, it doesn't want to lay down. One thing you could do, drywall screw won't really help you too much because it's going to project out too far. But if you have a stapler, air stapler, you can, you know, if you got a bad tab here or there, you can go and actually get it stuck to the wall with the stapler. Got a couple up here that are a little on the loose side, just like so. So we've got that pushed in and stuck, and it's ready to add some mud to it. So we've got it on there. I've got my mud already here, so I'm going to give it a shot. Now, one of the pains about doing this is all these little slots. You know, it takes a couple coats of mud just to get them filled in, so that when you're pulling your trowel across them, it isn't chattering into them every time. So it takes a few coats on here just to kind of get rid of the little chatter marks from those. But if you're pretty liberal with your mud, make sure you're getting that filled up as best you can. You know, kind of slopping it on there. You can see I'm kind of filling them in. And like I said, right now, yeah, they look like they're full, but as you kind of work around with this, you're going to notice that your knife wants to kind of drop into those little spots. You know, I can feel it right now, and you can probably see the marks. Okay, so this is just kind of the first coat on there. We're trying to get lots in those grooves. Kind of cleaning off some of this excess there. Okay, like so. I'm going to work my way all the way around that bead. Obviously, you can see we have a joint here in our mock-up. We would have already had that taped ahead of time if we were doing this for real. You can hear that knife probably chattering across those. It's like a baseball card in the spokes of your bike. Okay, so like I said, it's just going to take a few coats to get those all filled in so that they stop giving you hassle. This is one of the few times where I would generally give a light sanding between the coats of mud. A lot of time, most anything else I don't. As long as you put it on smooth enough, it saves you the sanding. But with this here, I find it's just as easy to do a bit of sanding between, and it helps work those little grooves out, or those little slots where the knife went in. You can experiment a bit. Sometimes if you hold the knife on a bit of an angle, it won't go in there, but for the most part, it's just going to give you a bit of grief for a few applications. So don't get frustrated right away. Stick with it. You know, these will take a little more work than a standard corner, but you know, when it comes right down to it, it's well worth it for that decorative look if that's what you're looking for. You can get these flex beads in a square corner as well. This happens to be a bullnose, but you can get them with a square corner. So, okay. Well, I think that's really all I can show you without waiting for that to dry and redoing coat after coat. Might get a little bored of looking at me. So, you know, just work away at it, stay patient, and it should work out fine. So I think that's all I can show you for now. I hope you enjoyed this video on applying the bullnose corner beads for straight and flexible. We've got lots of drywalling videos out there that you can check out on YouTube to go right from start to finish on your project. We've got the website with other articles on it. We do have other videos on YouTube besides drywalling. We've got the forum now up and going on the website, so if you want to click on through to the forum or to the website and join the forum, you know, if you have any questions or comments on anything you've seen, or just want to try to have a question answered, I'll do my best. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching.